Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you all again. Happy Saturday to everybody. So what are we doing today? I have no idea. So we're going to figure that out together. But first I want to remind everyone that Alchemortis is available for wishlisting on Steam. And I think that the Alchemortis playtest is going to go live on Monday. So I will probably... I have a whole checklist of things I need to do, but the devlog video is done. It's been uploaded. It's just waiting to be released. So yeah, the playtest will be available on Monday, I'm pretty sure. If not Monday, then Tuesday. But of course, I'll make that big announcement all at once. And if you're following me anywhere, you'll be notified that it's live. And again, there will be a Patreon exclusive, playtest period, after which the playtest will open up to the public. But yeah, you can wishlist it right now, and that would be a great way to support the game, support the development at this stage. And I also have my Udemy courses available for sale, so if you want to learn how to build games in the Godot engine, then you can take a look at these. Again, it's a great way to support me, but also a great way to learn Godot. Okay. So there's a couple of things that I want to do. I want to buff some cards here that I've written down, but also I think it would be kind of fun to play around with some card tooltips. A lot of people have made comments about wanting to see more information. There's a couple of things I want to experiment with. So for one, my UX designer friend, he played the game. And he had a bunch of feedback, mostly related to the UI, which is understandable because the UI is a big part of this game. And so there are some things that I want to play around with. One thing that he suggested doing was to change how the card inspection works. So right now you need to use right click to inspect the card. But he suggested just using left click for everything. So if you just click on a card without moving it, without dragging it, then that would open up the card inspector. And of course you can click and drag to move the cards around. And then he said instead of doing like control left click to quick move things, you can just use the right click for that. So you don't even need to use the keyboard. So that may be another constraint that I might want to adopt for this project, is allowing the game to be played entirely, including with all of its quality of life features, with the mouse only. So we will see. We'll see what that does. But I think I don't know how to talk today. I might want to experiment with that a little bit and see how feasible that is, because I think that would streamline the control scheme a little bit. And yeah, what else? I think that's it. First, hello, RN Genesis, welcome back. Dev Ghost, welcome to you as well. Good morning, good morning. Samurai Senpai, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You're Godoting it up too, very nice. Hello V, welcome back, always good to see you. Marcos, good to see you. Only mouse would be cool, yeah. Mouse only gives good mobile implementation too. That is a good point. Hello Breckheck. Good morning, just built a CI/CD pipeline for my Godot project, awesome. Did you use Firebelly/Godot export? Having these CI/CD pipelines is a huge lifesaver. It's just so nice to not have to manage the build yourself. And the other thing about the CI/CD pipelines is that once they're built, there's no room for human error, right? Like once the pipeline kicks off, it's like it's going to do all the steps exactly the way that they should be done every time. And yeah. Don't sleep on automation. These input change would be great to have less two-hand interaction. Yeah, I agree. You did? Okay, how do you like it? It's pretty good, right? I don't know if I can really claim that it's mine anymore because I've actually accepted several pull requests from random people who have used the action, and so a lot of the features in there are actually features that I didn't build, so that's pretty cool. My first open source project where I'm like the maintainer, but I'm accepting pull requests from everyone. Hold on, the cat is cold. I need to bury her. The cat has been buried. I repeat, the cat has been buried. Mission success. Operation Cozy. Complete. Okay. So first, let's buff these things. We're going to buff the slime and buff the viper. Thank you. So I think I'm just going to buff the slime quite a bit here. Slime, new simple damage reflection. Is this used anywhere else? I need to come up with a unified way of like providing scaling to these abilities. But for now, I'm just going to set this original multiplier to 1. That should fix that. And then multiplier goes up. This should be 0.5. Wait, set multiplier. Make float multiplier scalar. Original multiplier. Oh, I want to do... Wait a minute. Make additive float additive scalar 0.5. Is that what I want? What does this do? Creates a float additive scalar that adds a fixed amount per tier above 1. So this would be original multiplier. Wait, scalar. Hold on a second. Make float additive scalar. Original magnitude plus amount. Yeah, that's right. Okay. This needs to be 0.5 here. This needs to be... Can I do original multiplier in here? Nope. Oh, this is a mess. I'm gonna have to figure out how to streamline these scaling numbers, but oh well, that's fine. And then the Viper, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna beef up the poison a little bit. So the thing about the poison is that it does 3 damage, then 2 damage, then 1 damage, right? So that's 6 damage over a handful of turns. So I have to account for that. So I might just bump this damage up as well. So basically what this Viper is doing is this is doing 12 damage whenever it attacks, which is quite a lot of damage compared, like relatively speaking. It might still not be enough though. I'm gonna bump this up to 8 because it's a 3x1 card, so it takes up 3 cells. So we'll make it do, so this is gonna do 6 damage over a period of turns. And this is going to do 8 damage just straight up. So that's 14 damage. I think that's better. Okay, let me do this. Project settings, game debug, enable test player cards. Let's do the slime and Viper. Make sure those are good. I've actually been working on an inventory plugin that supports drag and drop. It wasn't that complicated. Yeah, it can't. Yeah, I think if you do the drag and drop system correctly, it can work without any issue. Now, why is that wrong still? Damage taken, set multiplier, original multiplier, scale for tier. Oh. Original magnitude plus amount. Oh. Original magnitude. Oh, original multiplier. This needs to be 0.5. This is why we test things. The whole idea of using Godot is to have systems take the load off the dev. Yeah, right, yeah. Hello, AnyKey, welcome, welcome. What buried in this context just means to cover the cat with a blanket. So let's see. Deal damage equal to 1x. There we go. Let me just make sure that this works as well. If I upgrade, that should be 1.5x now. Yeah, perfect. Now let's go into a combat here. Do I still have... No, it's fine. So theoretically, as long as I have more health than the enemy... Oh, maybe that's not theoretically true. If I have more health than the enemy and the enemy has no healing, I should out-damage them with the slime. Why is that not having... Oh, that has a 0 penalty? That's interesting. I need to fix that. Start node has 0 notoriety penalty. I think I need to account for that in my logic that I changed the other day. The Viper, I don't know if I need to test this because I just changed the raw numbers, so I think that's okay. We'll just say that's good. Buff the slime and Viper. Cool, cool. I'm getting lost here. Getting lost in my windows. Here we go. Buff Viper. Buff slime. Let's fix this now. I think I just need to go to the run map node. Node event type equals event type dot. Now wait a minute here. Why is the start node not being marked as visited? I don't know why that's happening. Let's see. I think I would rather... I'd rather mark the start node as visited. I wonder, is there a reason why that's never... Set node as visited? Set visited. Where is this being done? Enter state map if visited undiscovered node. Visited nodes.add seeded run map start node. Okay. Can I do that? Then can I get rid of this? Let's see. Oh no, because it's gonna say cleared now, I think. No, it still says start. I don't know why that's happening. Well, whatever. Don't fix what ain't broke, I guess. We'll just put that there. Okay. Fix start node having... Now, wait a minute. No, this is not right either. There we go. Now the cloak will make it so that the start node will have a 0 penalty. I think that's right. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Let's see. Cat, yeah. So you haven't added the broken build to the Steam page yet? No, I wasn't. I assume you're referring to that stream moment the other day. I wasn't able to crop it such that you could fully see it. It does make an appearance in the devlog video, but yeah, I'd have to go back and recreate it. Probably manually to have that. Good morning, Ryan. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hello, Meep. Good to see you again. Yummers. Snupbill, welcome, welcome. Look at those Yummers messages. Hello, Sam Studio. Welcome back. Porcupine. Porcupine. Oh, a porcupine would be kind of a good card. Is that if that's what you mean? It's a shame, yeah. Yep, that's the cost of having all the stream stuff up. I could use the source record though. Like someone else mentioned, I just haven't set that up. All right, I think this is working. Cool. All right, now let's experiment with changing the control scheme a little bit. Which is going to actually be kind of difficult. Excuse me. If event is action released and drag data, so the plan is to try to make it so that if you just click on a card, it will show the card inspector. The problem here, though, is that as soon as you click on a card, it starts the drag. So I almost need to... I needed to store that the mouse is clicked and detect whether the mouse is moving while it's clicked. If the mouse is not moving, then just pop up the card inspector. Oh boy. A listener for mouse up. Well, yeah, I mean, that's how we'll have to do it, but it's just, I'm gonna have to rework all the logic here. Hello, Artem. I mean, I have to rework all of this logic in here. Mouse over card. This is happening in, where's the mouse over card being? Okay, on card, mouse entered, mouse over card. I think this to do is outdated, so we'll get rid of that. Interesting. I may need a state machine for this, because there's going to be a lot of flags flying around. There's going to be a lot of flags flying around. I just don't know how I'm about to do this. So drag data, it's calling begin drag here. Can drag mouse over card, can drag mouse over card. I'm gonna need a state machine here. Okay, let's just create a very rudimentary state machine. Private enum card input state. We'll do none. We'll do clicked. Clicked down. Clicked up. Dragged. Let's do this. Clicking down, clicking up, dragging. Okay, so now we'll do this. Private card input state current state is equal to card input state dot none. Okay. I'm just going to write a method down here. Well, maybe I'll keep it up here for now so I can see it in context. Private void change card input state. Card input state to state. Current state is equal to to state. I'll just do simple if else blocks here. So if to state is equal to card input state dot none, we'll just stub this out. Okay. Probably going to need the old state as well. So var old state is equal to current state. Maybe I need a more sophisticated state machine. Oops, maybe. Could also detect if it was a fast click versus click hold. Yeah, I could do that. Some kind of drag threshold, yeah. I don't know if you're using control node, but it has functions built in for dragging. Yeah, I don't like the built-in functions. The drag threshold is too large for the drag threshold. I want to make it like a couple of pixels, but I think it's closer to like 16 or 8 pixels when I did it before in Gunforged. So I'm just going to write it myself. I think it's going to feel better if I do that. Unhandled input. So should I just handle this one? So if we're changing to the state, clicking up. Old state is equal to card input state dot dragging. I'm just going to try to keep this purely state oriented. So we're going to get rid of this. If is action release, action click left, change card input state, card input state clicking up. Okay. If mouse over card is not equal to null and drag data is equal to null. So we're going to want to do an else in here. If event is action pressed, control click left. So this is the quick move card. Else if event dot is action pressed, action click left, change state to clicking down. Else if evt dot is action pressed, I probably want to move. I'm going to move these outside of this. Is action pressed, action click right. And we'll do this in here. I don't know if I really need a... Do I need a state for this? I probably should. I'll just say right-clicking there. If event is action pressed, action click right. Change card input state right-clicking. I'm going to reverse these just so it reads a little bit better. Okay, so if we click down, we're going to change it to the clicking down state. If we release the click left, we're going to change it to clicking up state. If is action pressed, action click right. Okay. Begin drag, action click left, and can drag. Okay, so we're gonna have to change all this stuff. Ideally, this would all be handled within the state machine. Change card input state none. Else if current state is equal to card input state dot right clicking. We're gonna do this. Try quick move card. And can drag. So we're going to need the can drag in here. We're going to need the begin drag here. Going to need to add all the conditionality back in, but that's okay. Just getting the logic built out first, and then we can do this. Okay. All right, so we've distilled this down into basically three different input states here. This is going to have to be handled as well. Okay, you can use force drag to start the drag immediately, but then I still have to write my own detection when the drag starts. Yeah, I want to control the threshold of the drag. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, Blake. But I'm not using the drag and drop functionality with Godot, so there's no reason for me to force the drag. I'm just writing my own drag and drop implementation. I've been ignoring control nodes for now, as I know what a pain they are sometimes. Yeah, my cards are not control nodes. Like card, this is the card that gets dragged. There is some control node in here, but it's not a control node, so I can't. Any sort of usage of the Godot drag and drop is just going to be a hacky solution. Okay. So if current state, so we're going to do this. If mouse over card is equal to null, then we're going to change card input state none. In here, yeah, I think I might need a more sophisticated state machine for this. This is going to be a mess of if-else blocks, but that's okay. We will go to a more sophisticated state machine as soon as I figure out if this is even going to work. If this is even going to work. So clicking down, so what I'm going to have to do in here now is private vector 2 last mouse click position. Okay. So now in this input here, what I'm going to do, or this unhandled input rather, else if EVT is input event mouse motion, let's see here. Why did you use 2D instead of control nodes? Just for my own edification. Just easier to apply the various like effects and shaders that I want to apply to the card if it's a node 2D. I could have maybe wrapped the card in like a giant control node. Oh, I couldn't have done that because the cards can have odd shapes too, whereas control nodes can only have like rectangular boundaries. So I'm sure I could have made it work with control nodes, but it seemed easier to me to just use node 2Ds. If event is input event mouse motion, I should probably, oh man. I think I'm gonna keep the mouse over card, but I also want to do this public card, last clicked card. So now in here, when I enter this, click down, last clicked card is equal to mouse over card. Okay. Last clicked card, not equal to null. Distance is equal to last clicked mouse position dot distance 2. Probably will need to safely check that too, but that's all right. Private const int card drag threshold 4. If distance is less than or equal or greater than or equal to card drag threshold. We're just going to change the input card state to input card state dragging. Okay. Hello, A the Ant. Welcome back. Now this mouse over card here, this actually needs to change. If last clicked card is equal to null, return. If last clicked card is equal to null, return. We want to change the state to if can drag. Oh, I have to change this actually. Anywhere where this mouse over card is used. Last clicked card. If can drag last clicked card. Let's do this. If last clicked card is not equal to null and can drag that, then we can change this. Oops. Okay. How do you usually register access your managers? I imagine it's a pretty simple setup. I usually just put them into a group where they're the only node in that group, and then I can just say get node in group X manager, you know what I mean? It's pretty easy. Crazy how much work needs to go into something that from the outside seems like it'd only be super easy to do. Only by learning Godot have I realized how much goes into game dev. Crazy. Yeah. Simple things are often very difficult to use because you got to manage a bunch of different state and make sure it all works well, and it can be a little bit much. So this input, this is gonna be nuts. I think I'm gonna have to move this. I wonder why this input is here. I don't know why I split out this input away from this unhandled input, so that's going to be something to look into, I suppose. But let's see. What am I missing here? If current state is equal to clicking down, if mouse over card equals null, we're changing to input state none. Okay. Dragging. So this drag is not going to work, but we're going to change this to if last click card is not equal to null and can drag last clicked card. Begin drag. Actually, I guess I don't need that. Actually, I do. Begin drag, we can return out of there otherwise. Well, there's going to be a lot of problems here, but I want to see if that logic even works so far. I think I'm going to enter my game into the Healthy Gamer Jam. Oh, interesting. I haven't heard of that. What is the Healthy Jam about? Okay, so clicking again. Right click is still dismissed there, but that's working. So now if I do this, so that has started dragging. So the drop is gonna fail, I think. If I do this, I think I'm gonna be in a bad state. So now I have to figure out, oh, I got a bunch of errors here too. Begin drag. Oh, did that error happen after? Hold on. I wasn't paying attention to the errors here. Okay, so while I'm dragging, right. I think there's just a problem here. I'm calling begin drag multiple times. Failed drop. Oh, yeah. Okay, I understand why. Okay, so there's going to have to be a little bit of weirdness happening here, but that's okay. Change card input state. I think what I'll do is I will just do this. If old state is equal to current state, we're just going to return. So we're not going to try to do any state changes if we're trying to change to the state that we're already in. So if I drag, that should release the errors. That should all work. I can click on this, click on that. So now we just got to get the drag and drop working. It seems like it's working, but I need to handle that through the state machine a little bit nicer. So in here, yeah, that's fine. If drag data is equal to null, return mouse over board. Okay, so now what I'm going to want to do here is I think what I want to do is the mouse overboard. Clicking up. I wonder if I can do, well, no, I can't do that. If drag data is not equal to null. Oh wait, I could just change the state into clicking up, I think. So let's do this. Change card input state dot clicking up. Well, maybe not. I wish I knew. Where is this card mouse events manager even at? I think it's in my run manager. Yeah, I wonder, I don't know why I'm putting that into the input here, because it's going to handle that input last anyway. So I guess maybe I was concerned about being able to toggle buttons or something, but that shouldn't be the case either. Oh, I just realized something. If I do this, that's going to be a bug that I have to address as well. Okay. Anyway. Okay. I actually wonder, I'll have to test that, see if that bug exists in the current game. But anyway, I wonder if I can just move this. I think I can just move this all. So clicking up, if old state is equal to current card input state dot dragging. So this is after clicking up, old state equals dragging. In here, we're going to want to do these things. Try drop card. This will forcibly end the drag. So I think what I just need to do in here is take this. If mouse over board equals null, we're going to do end drag true. And change the input state there. Okay, well, I don't know if this is necessarily cleaner, but it's all right. So I can remove this now, I think. Cool. Alrighty then, let's see what happens. I'm guessing at the beginning you got overwhelmed super easily, and as you make more projects, it gets better. I've found after a certain project size, I want to lose what I'm doing. Or I start to lose what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot to learn at first, and it does take a while to figure out, but yeah, I think that's a normal part of the process of learning. I'm just trying to break this now. Trying to break it, make sure that nothing is broken, make sure that I can't drag any enemy cards, make sure that the booster still works. So let's see, I should be able to click on an enemy card, but I shouldn't be able to drag it. Yeah, can't drag it. Where am I doing can drag? Yeah, so that's good, that's good. Try quick move card. Oh, I haven't tried the quick moving. Let's see. Okay, right-clicking a card doesn't work. I wonder why that doesn't work. Oh, did I never change to the right-clicking state? Is action pressed, action click right. Change to the state right-clicking. Oh, right, because I don't have a last-clicked card here. Oh. We gotta change this one to mouse over card. Good morning to you, Monkey Software. In my case, I made a generic service. Okay, so now that works. Locator singleton that I register any of the stuff I need to have access to in Enter Tree. Yeah, that can work too. The theme is time dilation, project hopping, and nonlinear thought. As an ADHD person, it felt personally resonant. Nice. Very cool. That sounds very interesting. Good morning to you, Marcus. Welcome, welcome. The art style is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's see if boosters work now. So I should be able to click. Oops. Click on this. That's the slime. Click there. Click there. Click there. That works. I can right click on this. I can click and drag. If it fails, but I can put it there. Bring that over. Okay. So far, so good. Let's see if this still works. Alchemize those two things together. Make sure that I can't... Oops. Well, that worked, but I didn't mean to do that. Let's try again. Here we go. Actually, I don't even know what I'm trying to test here. So yeah, all the card logic, because it's centralized in that card mouse events manager, as long as my states are correct, it will work. Okay. Well, this state machine is not necessarily cleaner, but I think it works. I mean, this is definitely cleaner because I'm just handling all the inputs in here. So yeah, this could be, this could be made cleaner by doing a more sophisticated state machine with enter and exit states and whatnot, but so now what needs to happen, I think, is yeah, so if I hit escape while I'm dragging a card, I could get in a state like this, which just sticks the card to my mouse. So I need to figure out some solution for that. I think what I'm going to have to do is add escape. What did I call it? Escape component? Escapable component. This priority is going to be 1,000. Conditional. Here we go. Add conditional. I think the conditional is just going to be if we're in the dragging state. If we change into the state none and drag, I think what I can do is in here, I'll just do end drag true. And then we need to get a reference to that escapable component. Okay. Escapable component dot add conditional. Card drag card input state. What did I call it? Current state is equal to card input state dot dragging. Escapable component dot escaped plus equals on escaped. Private void on escaped. Change card input state none. Let's see what that does. Okay, so now if I do this, so if I hit escape, that will trigger that. Cool. So now if I'm dragging a card, the escape key will handle first escaping that or canceling that drag operation, and then any further escape keys will just do what they're supposed to do. Okay, I don't know if that's, maybe we'll have to do a playthrough here to make sure all the mouse events are working and whatnot, but I think it's working. Hello, Johan. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Neozoid, good to see you again. I think I changed it. Enable test player cards. Okay. Let's do a playthrough just to do a very thorough, test to make sure that the mouse events are working as expected. I'm pretty sure they are, but let's just see. Oh, I can't click on this now. Uh-oh, that's bad. Okay. So, probably because I'm... Is it because I'm just automatically handling these inputs here? What happens if I get rid of that? I don't know why that would be the case, though. Combat widget. Combat area. Why am I using... Why am I using area 2Ds for that? Anyway. Let's just see if this works now. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think what I'm going to need to do is move all of these get viewport set input as handled. I'm going to have to move those into the state machine, I think. I don't think I need that in there. Okay, let's see if that works. Hello, Ariane. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Good to see you as always. So let's see if this still works. So I can still drag things, I can still drop, I can still place those in, and I can still click the combat begin. Okay. So I just needed to conditionally handle those rather than marking all the inputs as consumed. So only when the input is actually acted on do I need to consume the event, which is probably good practice anyway, but trying not to break the input before the Steam playtest. So I'm going to have to playtest this quite a bit. It's quite a dangerous change to be making prior to the playtest release, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and do some playtesting here. Let's increase the board size. So that mouse event logic, I mean, it's kind of complicated, but the nice thing is that it's all centralized in one location. So I don't really need to worry about side effects from managing the state. Oh, I should make it so that when you right click, the cursor also does its little click animation. So I'll do that. But anyway, let's put that on the board. Let's put that on board, that on the board. Perfect. We'll go in here. Make sure I can't drag any enemy cards, but I can click on them. If I do this and I don't move enough to be dragging, it will open up the inspector. So yeah, so you can see that if I click and hold and I only move a couple of pixels and then I release, it opens the inspector. This should also work if I move it off. Yeah. Because you could drag a card by the edge and then move off the card and it should still count as a drag. So that's working. I think it's fine. But we'll just go through this run really quick and we'll make sure that everything works as expected. Cool. Enchant. All poison applied is increased by 1, increase critical chance by 10. Oops. Now I'm trying to use right click to inspect cards. So let me write this down really quick. Oh, make right click play cursor grab animation. Moving along. We'll just auto resolve that. More board size increase, very nice. I need some more cards though. Here we go. Ooh, a Viper. Let's do it. Viper here. Wait a minute, what does this do? Oh, very nice, okay. Let's fight another one. So yeah, it looks like all the mouse events are working. I have a lot of money. Is there a shop somewhere? Is there a shop somewhere? Not that I can see. Cool. Let's go to the enchant. Excuse me. Echo. Ooh. Let's put Echo there. We'll go for alchemical here. Ooh, look at that. Dang. Let's go for the health increase. I might as well spend some of my money that I have. For the health increase, go here. Sweet. This is actually a pretty powerful board that I've got going on here. Still no shop. Enchant card. What am I going to do here? Applies 10% blind to enemy cards if this card applies fire. I don't have any fire. We might as well just buff this critical chance some more. This has 30% critical chance. Still no shop. Well, we'll go for the board size increase. Maybe we can get 2 more board size increases here. Do that one, and then... Ooh, alchemy. Ooh, let's see. I'm gonna alchemize the skeleton with the squid and also with... No. We'll just do that. What do we got? Apply 5 poison twice. 25% blind to a random enemy card. Oh. I think I'm going to take the poison. That does a lot of damage. And then I have room for this guy here and also this guy here. Very cool. Do another upgrade. There's a shop there, but I can't reach it. Oh no. Wait, there's a shop here too. 3, 3, 4. Oh, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't make it. Well, let's go this way then. Because I can at least get an upgraded card. Honestly, I think I'm going to upgrade this. My mausoleum key is pretty strong. Gains 0.5x of damage taken since last execution as preserve. Preserve is doubled if there's an adjacent minion, plus it has a 30% chance to crit with a 2x crit multiplier. So I'm going to be building up lots of shield here, I think. Oh, this guy's going to be easy. That's a lot of... Why does it generate so many blacksmith tools? Anyway, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, this boss is getting melted. See ya. Goodbye. Okay, I think that the mouse event stuff is working. We do need to update the tutorial text, but let's do this. Oh, that's a lot of changes. Update mouse event UX. So no shop, break skateboard, yeah. Excellent meme reference. Okay, now we gotta update the tutorial text. Wrong one. Okay, what does this one say? Label 2. Cards from your inventory can be placed on your combat board. You can also sell cards from the inventory. Left click and drag to move cards around. Left click a card to open its description. WASD or arrow keys to pan the camera. Space to recenter camera. Okay, so I think that's basically all I need to do. But there is another thing I want to do, which is the card inspector here. I want to make right click as well as left click. Close it. So, or evt.isAction pressed, game constants.action, click left. Okay, let's see if that works. So now if I click on a card, it brings up that. If I click again, it should bring that out. Perfect, okay. So now I can either use left click, right click, or escape to hide the description, which feels pretty good. I should also make tab open inventory. Okay. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Anyway, update tutorial text. Looking pretty good and polished, thank you. What's missing to release? Nothing's missing to release. The playtest can be released basically as is. The playtest will be available on Monday, so if you're interested in playing it, again, it's going to be available only to Patreon members for a short period of time, a week or two, and then afterwards it will be open to the public. The Discord will be launching at the same time and will be open to everyone, but there will be Patreon exclusive channels in the Discord. And then what else? Yeah, again, to reiterate, the Patreon is designed for supporting the development financially. And so if you subscribe to the top Patreon tier, you get a number of really good perks. One perk is that your name will be added to the Alchemortis in-game credits when the game releases. So you can imagine Alchemortis, imagine it sells 500 billion copies and your name is in the credits, right? So that's pretty cool. But also the top tier Patreon level will give you unlimited access to all of my course content. So if you've been wanting to take all of my courses, and you don't want to pay for each of them individually through Udemy, you can subscribe to the top tier, and while you're subscribed to that top tier, you can access all the content whenever you want. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. I hope you enjoy it. And again, there's not any FOMO here. There's not going to be anything that you're fundamentally going to be barred from doing if you're not a member of the Patreon. It's just the Patreon members are going to have a little bit of exclusive perks. But if you don't want to pay, if you don't want to financially support, you'll still be able to do the playtest. You'll still be able to join the Discord. That stuff will be open to you as well. Awesome, count me in. It's not live yet. It's not live yet. It's going live on Monday so the devlog, the Patreon, the Discord, and the playtest are all being launched at the same time. So you'll know when it's live. But thank you for your interest. Hello, Ren. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Not to backseat Patreon, it'd be really cool if the top level could design a card. I think... I mean, there's a very crass reason why I don't want to do that, which is I don't want to have to feel obligated to put someone's idea in the game that I don't particularly like. So it's not, I don't mean to be rude. It's just I don't want to obligate myself to that, you know. That said, you know, yeah, I guess I won't say much more than that. But I think, you know, if you pay for the top Patreon tier, I think it's likely that I'll probably take your feedback into account, mostly just because those people are, you know, sort of really invested in the project. And also, you know, I'm going to reward people for subscribing at the top tier with an in-game credit. So I think it's, yeah, I think it's kind of like a nice middle ground. I think Path of Exile does that, where like if you pay like $400 or whatever, you get to design a unique item. But you know, but the way that it usually goes, at least from what I can tell, is like the games that support that stuff, like whether you're running a Kickstarter or whatever, they say, oh, if you pay at this tier, you'll get to design an item. And then what generally ends up happening, at least from what I've seen, is that there ends up being a huge back and forth anyway to like shape the person's idea into something that actually fits in the game. And I think it's just better to just avoid that. But I do take your suggestions. That's the flip side of it, right? Like there's a number of cards and effects and ideas in the game that have come from people just in the chat saying this would be cool and that would be cool. And I go, you know what? That's right. I'll do that. So you can still provide feedback. You can still suggest cards. And there's a good chance that I'll be like, yeah, that's a good idea, and put it in the game. So you don't even necessarily need to financially support to get your idea in the game. Unique and div cards, the back and forth is crazy. Yeah. So I think it's a good idea in principle, but yeah, like I said, I just don't want to obligate myself to have to politely say to somebody, hey, your card sucks and I don't want it in my game. Can you like come up with a different idea? Having to tell someone to redo their idea can be a bit too much trouble. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, you should absolutely feel free, even if you're not subscribing or financially supporting, should absolutely feel free to drop your ideas in the chat. I've written down so many ideas from people just chatting in here who, you know, want to see something in the game, and there's been a lot of that, so. Also use it to tell them to redo it when it's a department and not a single person. Right. Okay, I need a quick 3-minute break, and when I come back, we're gonna do some other stuff. This is done, so this mouse UX has changed. We're gonna make the tab, okay, we're gonna do these two minor things here when I come back. So that'll be just 3 minutes. In the meantime, please check out Alchemortis on Steam. It's the first line in the description below. You can wishlist that. And again, everything will be launching on Monday. It's almost here. The playtest, the long-awaited playtest is almost here. I offered similar with one of the books I was writing. Trying to fit other person's styles in the book was impossible. Sometimes I basically had to rewrite anyway. Yeah, that sounds right to me. What books did you write, by the way, Rin? Were they technical books? Anyway, I'll be right back in 3 minutes and we will continue on. All right, I'm back. You wrote fantasy supernatural horror. Oh, very cool. That's very cool. I think maybe you've mentioned that before, but I don't know if I remember that. Yeah, what's the name? If you want to share, that is. You don't have to share if you don't want to. Okay, make right-click play cursor grab animation. Cursor, this should be relatively easy. I think that's basically it, actually. Yeah, so now if I right-click, I know you can't tell that I'm right-clicking things, but if I right-click now, it does that little cursor animation. Okay. Play cursor animation when right-clicking. Cool. All right, what else? Make tab open the inventory. We need to add an input map for that. I guess we'll call it open inventory. Here, tab, boom. Under my pen name, there's Death's Angel, the Thomas Strange Chronicles, Converts, and others. All are online at the moment. I'm working on a new book store, hopefully live in a few weeks with another new book. Awesome. That's very cool. That's very, very cool. I always thought it would be fun to write a book, but I'm doing other things at the moment. Also, I don't know if I'm that great of a writer, so probably wouldn't pan out. But the idea is fun in theory. Action open inventory. Public override void input. If evt.is action pressed action open inventory. Get viewport.set input as handled. On button pressed. Do I want to do that? I mean, I guess that's okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, offline. I got you. They're all offline. Cool, so now tab opens up the inventory and also closes it. Very cool, very cool. Now the problem is it shouldn't work if it can't be collapsed, like in that situation. So why is that happening? On button pressed. Oh, right. Do I want to just do a hacky thing here? Toggle button. This is going to be so hacky, but I don't really feel like refactoring this. If toggle button dot mouse filter is not equal to mouse filter enum dot ignore. All right, we'll just do this. Is equal to mouse filter enum ignore return. That's kind of bad, but I don't feel like writing a whole bunch of code to handle both situations elegantly, so we're just going to do that. So that works, and now if I go into the combat, I shouldn't be able to... Yeah, so now if I press tab, it doesn't do anything. Cool. All right, that works. Make tab open inventory. Very cool. Kerblam. All right, now we got to figure out what the heck else to work on. Now we got to figure out what the heck else to work on. Interesting. Uh-oh, I'm out of work to do. For the I mean, there's tons of work here, but for the playtest, I mean. Can still get invalid configurations like Torch and Stein. I don't know if I want to fix that one just now. Interesting. Well, let's just do another playtest. Can't hurt to just play through, see if there's any other bugs that come up. Can't hurt. Artifact. Ooh, let's do that. Get an early artifact, maybe. Let's do alchemical. I hope I get... Nope, I didn't get it. I wanted the Hellspawn egg. That's okay. We don't need the Hellspawn egg. Hello, Yeet. Welcome back. Good to see you. All right, what do we got? Vampire Fangs. I'm going to try this, actually. I almost never use the Vampire Fangs, but I think it may be helpful. Oops. Apply 10 preserve per allied ritual card. Poison, relic, alchemical. Let's just merge this with this one. 8 damage, 2 poison with a 25% crit chance. Look at that. Boom. Let's hit this booster, and then depending on what I get, we can either go enchant or combat. Let's do relic. I don't think I got anything super good. Oh, I don't really like this path. Oh, maybe I can go down this way. How much money do I have? 11? I may be able to scrape together enough money to... If I go this way and hit these 2 combats, I can hit the shop. And that will be helpful, I think. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I don't want to spend any money. I almost spent all my money. Let's go here. Ooh, I almost lost that one. Okay. Why did I almost lose that one? Clear. Oh, because of the... Right, because of the Vampire Fangs. That's right. I forgot about that. Wait, does it also say... Ooh, yeah, look at that. I didn't even explicitly test that, but it does say when the skeleton warriors are healing. 50% lifesteal, but lose 5% of max health every turn during combat. Okay. First purchase at every shop is free. Well, that would have been nice to have before I entered the shop, but that's okay. What's this one? Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? Shoot. Dang it. I didn't mean to buy that. The problem is now if you left click on cards, they open the inspector, but if you left click on a card in the shop, it purchases it instead of inspecting it. Uh-oh. That's a problem. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to talk to my UX friend about that. I could just make it so that right click purchases everything, but yeah. Let me take a screenshot of this so I can send that to him. All right. Well, that's a little bit of a bummer. That's okay. Actually. Oh, wait. I think this will scale with the vampire fangs. Oh, I have an idea. Wait a minute. Can I make this work? I think I can make this work. Let's just purchase... Let's do this. Upgrade this guy. Okay. Is there going to be a limit on numbers of certain artifacts? Like, why would you need 2 cloaks? Yeah, I might have to make them unique. The cloak, I could change the cloak such that it reduces the notoriety penalty by 1, so you could have multiple cloaks, but it probably makes more sense just to mark some artifacts as unique and remove them from the loot table. The problem, though, is that I don't know... Yeah, so the problem is I generate the artifacts all ahead of time as part of the seeded run. So I can't really remove, like, because everything gets chosen up front when the map generates. And so if you choose a cloak, and there's a cloak at a different artifact location, I can't really remove that or replace it dynamically, because then that ruins the purpose of the seeded run, right? The seeded run being like, if you share a seed with somebody, they should generally have the same exact map with the same nodes, the same shop configurations, the same artifact configurations. So I don't really know if I have that much room to dynamically change the other artifacts on the map. I might just have to leave it up to the player to not choose artifacts that obviously can't scale the more that you have. One maybe clever way of fixing that would be to have another artifact that provides power based on how many artifacts you have, right? So in that case, you could choose multiple cloaks, which don't do anything by themselves, but if you have an additional artifact there, it gets buffed, or there's a buff that you get. So I don't know, something to think about, I suppose. Why not double click to purchase? That could work. Well, yeah, I'll have to think about that. Anyway. So now what I want to do is, here's what I'm going to do. Oh, this is going to be risky. I kind of want to see if I can just get this to work. We don't need 2 phylacteries, so I'll put this guy here, put that there. I kind of want to see if this works. So I'm taking a bunch of damage. Oh my gosh, but then the slime, oh my goodness. The slime just did 155 damage. Oh my gosh. That is a nasty... Wow. So I just have to make sure that I stay alive before the slime goes, and then I'm just gonna annihilate everything. Maybe they can't take another of the same artifact. Well, most artifacts stack, though, that's the thing. Most artifacts will stack. I actually think the cloak is the only one that doesn't stack. Like, the cloak is the only one that's truly unique. I could get 2 vampire fangs, for instance, and I could take 10% of my max health every turn and gain 100% lifesteal. Okay. I'm gonna need... Yeah, let's go to enchant here. Let's see if I can get turn cooldown reduction. That would be good. Oh, look at that. Boom. Turn cooldown reduction. Okay. See, can I get another one? Yes, look at that. Boom. So now what we got is turn cooldown is reduced by 1, turn cooldown is reduced by 1. So now it's 10 turns instead of 12. I can increase the board size here. With this board size increase, I can add some defensive capabilities. And I guess I'll just throw on another damager there. All right, let's see what happens. Wow, this is a good build. The slime deals 150 damage. The slime vampire fangs synergy is pretty dope. Oh my gosh. I just have to survive long enough. I just have to survive long enough. Oh, and it gave me an upgraded giant finger. Wait, I should probably check what that has. Yep. Boom. We'll throw the other skeleton on here. Upgrade a card. You know, we gotta upgrade this guy. Slime popping off, seriously. We're doing slime build. Max health increase. This is actually gonna scale my damage. Because the Vampire Fangs does a flat 5% of max health, and the slime deals damage based on how much damage you take. So, yeah. This is nutty. Nutty, as the kids might say. Let's alchemize those two together. 12 damage, apply 3 poison. Preserve per allied ritual card, deal 12 damage. Yeah, let's do that one. Another alchemy, which I'm not going to be able to use, but I could go for the next health increase. So I think what I'll do here... Yeah, I'm just going to skip this. And then I'll go to the health. And I'm just going to need to outlast the boss now. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. Let's see. The shielding might help stave off some of the damage. Oh, the slime! Bam! Nice. The slime dealt 192 damage. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Vampire Fang Slime Synergy OP. Funny how you don't even mention to make that a build. Really cool. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is like, what I'm learning is that if you just design systems, then you'll get all kinds of weird interactions that you didn't explicitly plan for, which is really cool. It's a good sign that IMS can make any build viable. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. There's so much potential here. I'm very excited to get this into your hands. And yeah, that was a fun run. I've never used the slime before in a build. I just buffed it today, which is part of it. But also, like, that synergy with the Vampire Fangs is just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Now, the thing is, though, yeah, I think the only reason that worked is because I was also supplementing with some defensive capabilities so I could absorb more damage. Because that, I mean, every turn it chunks 5% of your max health. So that means that if you don't take any damage and you don't have any mitigating effects like heal or shield, then after 20 turns you will die, right? But you have to throw in the fact that the enemies are also dealing damage, right? So you could die before the slime even gets to go, but I got lucky when I was able to reduce the slime's turn cooldown so it executed sooner. And also, I got a bunch of really strong defensive items that I was able to slap shield on myself, so that if the enemies did attack me, I was able to absorb a lot of that so it didn't accelerate my death. So, but I could see if like the game continued on, I could see it becoming harder and harder to get the slime to execute before you die. And so at that point, it's just a matter of like trying to stuff your board with as much damage mitigation as possible so that the slime absorbs all this damage that it can then execute. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, wow, indeed. Are you going to mention in-game which items have synergy, or are you going to leave it to the player to figure out? So what I'm trying to do is, I'm not going to mention like explicit synergies, but what I'm trying to do is be very consistent in the language that is used, right? So I'm trying to be very consistent in how damage is being used, how executions are being used, turns are being used, so that players can read something and read another thing and be like, wait, the wording makes it sound like these two things will work together. And the goal is to make that the case. Like, yes, the wording is precise enough that if you feel like they should work together, they will work together. So the synergies are almost like sort of implicit in the card and ability descriptions, but it's up to the player to, you know, put 2 and 2 together and put those things, put those things together. So yeah, it's looking very good. Anyway, I don't really have anything else to do on the stream. I do have to do some work, like I have to finish drawing the lead ingot, which is being troublesome. But I think that'll be it for the stream today. It'll end a little bit short, but everyone enjoy your weekend. And then, yeah, Monday's going to be a big day. That's going to be the launch of the playtest. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Again, you can wishlist Alchemortis on Steam. It is, it's just available on Steam for wishlisting. So it's the first line in the description below. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching. And yeah, hope to see you on Monday. And I'll probably be doing a stream on Monday. I think the plan is to release the devlog and the playtest prior to the stream, so that way when people come into the stream I can say, hey, you can sign up for it now. So yeah, but anyway, it'll be fun. So I'll see you all on Monday, hopefully, and hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye everyone.